Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Hey everybody, welcome back Inside the Force Star Wars podcast here. Dave Cottingham with Casey Cooley.
Hello everybody.
As always.
Yeah.
It's us.
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. And what really an exciting time right now to do this show, because we've got so much to talk about. It's one of the rare ones that we're actually talking about different mediums.
Yeah.
But they're all connected.
Yes.
They're all connected.
Synergy.
We've got a brand new Rebels to talk about. The last episode, Call to Action, with a familiar face returning to the franchise. Mm-hmm. We've got the second issue, comic issue from Marvel of Star Wars number 2. And then a brand new number 1, Star Wars Darth Vader.
Yes. That
we will review for you today. So sit back, grab yourself a DC or a Sprite, and listen to us rap about some Star Wars.
We're rapping it.
We're rapping. We're spinning it.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all. So first up, of course, what we normally do after we lay down the connects. So we're at Inside the Force on Twitter. InsideTheForce.com. You can go there, listen to all the shows. And on there also, you can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, however you'd like. You can listen to all of them right there on the website. No big deal. RSS feed is right there. Use your preferred RSS reader. Check us out on YouTube, where we're going to be putting out some more videos. Got some great videos going on there right now. And check that out at youtube.com/21network. Again, he's Casey Cooley, Kryptonian1138.
Yep.
I'm D Cottingham21 on Twitter. And here we go. So anyway, not when we talked about before the show, not really, we're just in a holding pattern for the movie right now.
Yeah.
Episode 7 coming in less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking actually less than 10 months, I guess now, right?
Holy cow. Yeah.
Almost 10 months. Almost 10 months. So, if it holds true, because I know JJ wants to move this thing, right?
Yeah, there's some talks. We going to talk about that?
I guess. I mean, there's no way. I thought he was concerned that he needed more time.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so a while ago, J.J. Abrams, it was said that he talked to Disney about delaying the premiere of Star Wars because
to May as normal releases
of 2016, right?
Correct.
So I guess Disney was like, no, we're keeping it 2015, whatever, which is good. But now we're hearing this past week that J.J. Abrams wants to bump up, I guess is the correct way of saying it. Bump up move up or make the premiere earlier now to, I guess, did they say when he? I don't think they
said, but no, I don't think it's that early.
Yeah.
I think it might be like summer, like July, August or something like that.
Because apparently the rumor is that he's, I guess, getting a little worried about all these spoilers that are happening because Disney's already filing lawsuits against these people,
right?
To really make sure
no
one's leaking anything else. But I guess J.J. Abrams seems like he may want to do like a preemptive kind of thing where prevent any of the spoilers coming out. Let's just go ahead and release the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. It depends on how long it takes for them to finish editing the thing. But if this is even true or not, I mean, I would love it if it did come out earlier, but I don't want them to push it too early.
Yeah, and I don't know how much right now unless people talk.
Yeah.
I don't know how much spoilers you'll get right now.
Yeah.
Being that it's in post-production.
I mean, there's still tons of rumors going around. Like, there's just a rumor about Domhnall Gleeson's character. You know,
Being
still,
Luke's son, I think,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, there's still rumors going around. And
but I think that's always gonna be, regardless of if it comes out earlier or later. But the problem is I would think like these design leaks, or these set leaks.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that's done. So unless someone's sitting and taking pictures in the edit room and releasing them, you're not going to really see anything else.
The editor did a screen capture, screen capture of like the
how
first scene.
tempting that it would be.
Yeah,
like,
the guy,
check this out.
he's editing like I would probably text. I feel like you have no idea what I just saw.
Exactly.
In this movie. I can't say anything else.
I mean, how do you not go home and be like,
Your wife is like, you have to tell me the truth for this marriage to work.
Yeah.
I can't, honey.
You can't handle the truth.
You don't know what I know.
So, but it's. I think they're in safe waters right now, but I mean, sure. Do I want to see it? Absolutely, I want to see it as soon as possible. But
I mean, maybe when the reshoots start happening in February or this month, I guess they're doing it right now. Maybe. So next week.
Mm-hmm. But the other thing you got to think about too is, Disney.
Yeah,
they've got Avengers coming out in May.
Yeah.
I think Ant-Man's already scheduled for August already.
Yeah.
So, do you want to compete against your own movies? Mm-hmm. It's smarter to obviously keep it in December, which I'm pretty sure it's not going to move.
And they got all the seasons taken care of.
Exactly. I mean, you're dominating the box office all year long. So, because Avengers I think Star Wars will probably be the most grossing this year, but Avengers is going to be number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Disney really is.
Unless DC really does move up the Batman Superman movie, which is still a possibility, I guess. But we haven't heard anything on that end anyway. Yeah. But this is not a DC podcast, so
there you go.
we're not talking about that. See what else we got from the
movies. I mean, not much. There's talk about the Anaheim celebration.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about that.
I mean, it's been confirmed that Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, and Kenny Baker will be at celebration, which is awesome. Didn't really say anything about what will be shown regarding episode 7. I'm sure they'll try to keep all that surprised.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it might be exciting.
Yeah, if you go to StarWarsCelebration.com, you can kind of get all the latest news and updates there. They have, they haven't released all the actual events. Like they usually have. And I don't even know. I can't remember if I've been there, looked around on there before I left for the other ones to see when they posted, or if you have to actually get there to see like
exactly
the rooms and what's in the rooms and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how they're doing that, but you can definitely click on the guest list and see so far. Like you said, like Casey said, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker. You got the entire Rebels cast going to be there. Steve Blum,
cool.
Taylor Gray, Vanessa Marshall, Freddie Prinze Jr., Taya Sakar.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's Sabine. I know she plays Sabine, but I haven't heard her name yet.
I don't know.
Of course, you got your stage host, James R. Taylor, being on the main celebration stage. David Collins, who hopefully I think we're going to try to get him on this show. Actually, he's on the digital stage, which is the same thing he was on the last time we went to a celebration. But anyway, and then like you said, Kenny Baker.
I'm sure they'll get.
I think it'll be a ton more.
Yeah, I'm sure Peter Mayhew, he's feeling well.
Yeah, and then there's no doubt. I think Mark Hamill will be there.
Yeah, he's busy. He's been really busy this year.
Exactly.
Man,
yeah,
he's coming back.
He's showing up on the Flash. You know that?
Yeah.
So that's really the episode 7 news, I guess. Yeah. We keep saying I think the majority of the news or something will come in celebration,
right?
And we'll start having a lot of discussion about that.
2 months away.
That is true. 2 months away. Okay, so moving on to Star Wars Rebels. First off, before we review, a little rumor came up past week also about they've been doing a good job of bringing back, making cameos
of
of characters. Yeah. Unbelievable that they brought James Earl Jones back to voice Vader. Yeah. Unbelievable they brought Frank Oz to do Yoda again. Yeah. They brought Billy D. Williams to do. We'll talk about the appearance of Tarkin in this episode, even though obviously the late great Peter Cushing couldn't voice him, but apparently the rumor is that in season 2 we're going to get a familiar face coming back from the Clone Wars, and that rumor is saying that it's
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano.
Which apparently is possibly Fulcrum.
Fulcrum.
Which we heard Fulcrum's voice.
Yeah, the garbled electronic.
But it was almost, it sounded male though, you know, like.
I mean, I'm not a.
Because everybody's kind of speculating that maybe it was just Bail Organa.
Yeah.
You know, or somebody like that. But yeah, I don't know how. I guess I would feel okay about that. I mean.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because Ahsoka, so that means Ahsoka's been just gone for 14, 15 years.
Yeah. And, if she comes, and that's like, I mean, does she know that Vader's Anakin? I would think so.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
That's true.
Like, what kind of knowledge would she have? Would she, like...
Well, I think everybody should know, shouldn't they?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't think so. I get the impression that no one does.
Yeah, because, I mean, he wasn't Darth Vader very long.
Because, I mean,
as far as his...
Well, then, if it was common knowledge, then Luke would probably know. I don't think that'd be something that they would want the people to know.
Well, I don't think anybody by now would know.
Yeah.
But somebody back then, like Ahsoka.
That knew him back then, maybe.
Could possibly know.
Yeah.
But since she was out of it, because you got to think that, I mean, when she left the Order, it was probably still a good 6 months to a year left of the war, probably, right? Yeah. So she was probably disconnected from it anyway, so she probably wouldn't have known. I mean, she would have probably heard of a Darth Vader killing the Jedi, so maybe not know that Darth Vader's Anakin. So anyway,
no, she ran into Obi-Wan,
but we may find out.
Yes.
I mean, she may run into Obi-Wan, like you said, or and reached out to Obi-Wan, or even Yoda, maybe.
True.
So, but either way, even if she's not Fulcrum, I think it'd be great to have her back on the show. I think now it says here though that. It says here that a report linked that French voice dubbing website that listed Olivia Lucchini, the French actress for Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. Now, that isn't right because Ahsoka was voiced by Ashley Eckstein.
Right.
So I'm not sure why they reported that. The French actress for Ahsoka in the Clone Wars as a cast member in Rebels. Oh, maybe they got somebody else to... Oh, I know what that's saying. That's saying that this girl is listed as Ahsoka Tano in Rebels. So they didn't get Ashley Eckstein to come back and voice her.
I wouldn't see why that would be happen. I'm sure she would be cool with that.
I don't know why they wouldn't either.
Yeah, I see now what you're talking about. Huh.
The only thing I can think of is maybe because she was kind of a kid,
I guess.
And then she's older, I don't know.
This. I mean,
but I'm sure Ashley can make her voice sound a little older, you know.
Yeah, and she plays tons of other cartoon characters, changing her voice. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, and it says that the actress playing Ahsoka Tano, this actress confirms that she is Ahsoka, and I don't know. I don't know. Who's to say? We'll see.
Who's to say? Yeah, it's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
And that's what we'll do. We'll just mention it and move on. So
talk about it again.
Yeah. So let's talk about this episode because I don't know. I really thought this was one of the best episodes.
It's my favorite so far. Definitely.
So far,
yeah.
That's I think the Path of the Jedi one was really good. that the one? I think that was the one he got the crystal.
Yeah.
Like that was really good. I like that one a lot because obviously I had Yoda in it. But this one, man, I tell you what was so awesome and it gave me chills was the very beginning.
The very first shot.
The very first shot was Imperial March.
Oh, that, yeah. And
the Star Destroyer with the shuttle falling down. I mean, it was straight out of episode 6.
And I was even thinking, like, is this going to be the Emperor? I was like, nah, that's probably...
Exactly.
I knew it would be Tarkin, but it's like, it's leading up as if it will be the Emperor.
That's right. But so cool. I mean, so just overall, before we kind of break it down, what stood out best for you for this?
Just kind of like you, the way it was shot stood out to me. It felt very cinematic, more so than any of the other episodes. I guess, I mean, I don't know if it was just the lighting of it all, but it had a very dark and grim look. It felt like the episode 5 of Rebels, like the way it was, it looked and felt so different than the other episodes. Like, I
agree.
It felt so epic when Kanan is standing off to, Agent Callus, and then the Inquisitor jumps down. I was like, oh my gosh, all the villains are coming after him now.
Yes.
All these guys. And how, like, I thought he was going to die. I really thought he would bite the
I did. It did cross my mind as well.
Yeah.
It totally did.
I was thinking, like, this is perfect. I think this would be great. Perfect, like Star Wars. Like, Ezra sees him, he's like, no, and just something crazy happens. But
yeah, that would be. But that would be a very bold move too, though. You know what I mean?
I think that's what I was thinking. It's going to happen because it's such a bold move. Knocking off a huge character like that. But
yeah,
I still feel like it might happen, but I don't know. Like that was such a story wise. It was a great.
I think we talked about it before. I think it's possible one of them will die.
Yeah,
either Ezra or Kanan by the end of the series for sure. But man, don't let it get past you that he doesn't die, like you said, like now, because we're it's not like we're not going to get Kanan. He has his own comic book coming out this summer, so it's almost like you knew Kanan.
Yeah,
this is how he was before.
Yeah,
wow.
And he got his own book, his own novel as well. So you already have all the story.
Yeah, exactly. So you really just need his backstory, which we're getting in the comic book.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
That makes it easier to swallow when you think about it like that. So my impressions too were, this was one of the first ones besides, I mean, I'm obviously glued to the set when I'm watching them, but this was really drawing me in.
Yeah.
This episode, since Tarkin shows up, especially when he pulls in those two Imperial guys.
Yeah.
Sits them down and is kind of scolding them.
It's tough. Yeah.
As soon as the Inquisitor he started walking over behind him. I'm like, why would he do that unless he's going to kill him?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, these guys are done. They're done. So, I mean, that was pretty harsh.
Yeah,
that's pretty harsh.
We've been seeing those guys for a while, like almost like they would be. They are reoccurring characters.
They are.
And they just got knocked off.
They're they're not in season 2.
Yeah.
But it made me think. Seeing Tarkin like this, he seemed even more ruthless to me than what we saw in episode 4. Even though he kept Kanan alive for now, but killing his own men. Because I think back in the first time we really saw him was kind of in that boardroom on the Death Star when Vader's choking that guy out and he tells him stop it, kind of release him, and I don't know, definitely the same guy, but you can see where it came from, and this hatred he had for the Jedi and for the Republic, but also what made this not only did we get the cameo of Tarkin too, we got the Imperial probe droid, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it's the exact same thing, right? It's just like
scanning the system.
Yeah, I mean, so you had that. You had the speeder bike chase. Was very episode 6.
Yeah,
just a lot of flashbacks here to the movies and what's to come. But But the whole premise of the episode was with Travis being a traitor.
Yeah.
Now that's the thing too. Was Travis actually a rebel and then went
the whole time? I mean,
or was he? Was he Imperial the whole time? Because it sounds like he was rebel, and then actually,
I think that's at least what they want the public to think.
yeah.
Because I feel like they're.
But do you think he's been Imperial the whole time?
I think it was.
Okay.
Because it seemed like the broadcast that they were showing, like Travis was like, "I know I was wrong, and all my guys should follow me and join you all. Realize that the rebellion's wrong. We should become Imperials again," kind of thing. It seemed all like they were milking it and like just like publicity stunt. It seemed like, I don't know. And one thing I loved about Tarkin in this as well as, it kind of hit more about how he believes the Jedi to be extinct. They kept hitting on that.
Yes.
Because I don't know if we even talked about that, thinking like we're going to see Tarkin. How's that going to be when he sees the Jedi? Because from that point until Episode 4, Tarkin seems like he has a firm belief that the Jedi are gone, and it's an ancient religion. So
That's right.
then now it's kind of explained where he still thinks that even he meets Kanan, he's like, "You're not a Jedi. You're just a guy with a lightsaber." And he still kind of believes that it's like they were extinct. And they talked about the purge even in that. It was really
what
cool.
does he say in Episode 4 when he says, when Vader tells him, I haven't felt that since the presence of my old master.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Surely he's dead. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he must be dead by now or something.
Yeah.
And
so
you're the only user of that ancient religion or something like that. You're the only something that remains.
Yeah, something like their thaw is, the
flame
the flame is out of this.
Yeah.
But I wonder going back and listening to that again, is it possible there's that hint of, well, he knew that Obi-Wan had survived, possibly.
Tarkin?
Yes. Because he doesn't say surely. He doesn't say he died years ago. He says surely he's dead by now.
Yeah.
Like
he knew he was alive.
I knew he was alive, but come on.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years almost, and he was an old man then.
Maybe he knew let's see. He fought. The Emperor knew that he was alive still.
Sure.
So he might have told Tarkin, Bill, be on the lookout for Obi-Wan. He's out there.
And he knows Yoda survives somehow. So that's the thing, is that whether or not we will get, I'd be very, very curious to see if we get stories of Obi-Wan, like
we have
ever
to.
leaving Tatooine, or I don't know.
That has to be a comic.
Yes, totally. Out. Yeah, or a novel or something like that. I don't know.
Animated movie.
Now they did make a novel, but it's not canon anymore, right?
No.
And that would have been really cool because I was actually thinking about reading that book, or even getting the audiobook, because the audiobook was actually voiced by James Arnold Taylor.
That's right. Yeah.
Which would have been really, really cool, but unfortunately, it's not canon, so I'm staying away.
Never mind.
But anyway, going back to the premise of this thing is, with Travis being an Imperial again, they take it upon themselves, that is the rebels, Kanan's group, take it upon themselves to initiate a call to action for people out there that's
cool.
Yeah, for other rebels out there that want to fight against the Empire, to join their cause and stuff like that. So this truly is the beginning of the rebellion.
That felt like a really good spark.
Correct.
Kinda.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
the spark they talk about in the very, very first episode, the movie, was really just them kind of
like Bale kind of noticing.
starting really being public about fighting against the Empire as far as their actions. But this is their voice. They're trying to spread it out through other systems. So I thought that was really cool. And the fact that Kanan gets caught, and I don't know what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, it destroyed that tower.
Yeah,
Tarkin's line was cool at the end. Like, what did he say? Like, you don't know what it costs to win a war, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very, very good. And I thought Tarkin's look was spot on.
The way he talked, like that actor, I'm assuming it's the same guy from the Clone Wars. I didn't look it up, but
I don't think it was, but
Yeah, I mean, because I was saying because he sounded a lot. They picked a good actor for Tarkin.
Because I saw the Rebels Recon, and he had talked about how he was when he got the call, he said, "Man, I was so thrilled." Cause he said how much of a fan he was of Peter Cushing.
Okay,
but he didn't mention anything about being in Clone Wars, so I don't think that. I think he's a different guy. Plus, he was he's a lot younger in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
I think he was a captain maybe then or something like that. So anyway, I don't know what else. What else can we say about that?
stinks. We have to wait 2 weeks for the next one.
Yeah, 2 weeks for the next one. So February 23rd. Now, there's only 2 episodes left of season 1. Crazy. So that was episode 11. 13 episodes this season. The next one, which is coming out February 23rd, so a week off, week on. You're getting it's a 2-parter. Following week would be the last one. So the first part is Rebel Resolve, again February 23rd, and then a week later, on March 2nd, you're getting the second part of the finale, which is Fire Across the Galaxy. So you got 2 more episodes left of season 1, and then if you're lucky enough to make it to Celebration, they will, at Celebration, replay the finale. I'm assuming the 2-parter. I mean, it's got to be the 2-parter. Yeah. So maybe they'll replay the finale, and then you're getting the season 2 premiere right there at Celebration.
And first 2 episodes.
First 2 episodes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
First 2 episodes of season 2.
Yeah. That's probably what Dave Collins is going to host. He usually does the shows up there.
Probably.
The games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure that's when you'll get the whole panel of cast members, Dave Filoni. So, again, try to make it out to Celebration for that, and you can get all the Rebel stuff out there. I'm sure there'll be... They did a great job at our Celebration we went to about trailers and clips and all this stuff from the next season.
That's
so
good.
So awesome. So overall, great episode. Great episode. Okay, so let's see. Moving on to the books, the comic books. We are talking comics now since this part is canon.
Yep.
Marvel has released these new Star Wars books. What came out last week, since we recorded a little after it came out, so we didn't review it. But number 2 of Star Wars came out. And then just this week, Vader, number 1, came out. So, all right, let's talk. Let's start number 2 of Star Wars. We can definitely talk about the cliffhanger from the last issue because we never really, I don't think we revealed
the Vader coming
the end.
Yeah.
Vader and Luke actually confront each other.
Yeah.
So, episode 5 was not the first time they confronted each other.
True.
Does that seem weird to you now?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, because think about, because when Vader goes to the Emperor, and he's like talking to him, the Emperor's big head, he's talking about this boy, he can be turned, he can be a great asset, almost as if, like, how did he get this knowledge of Luke Skywalker? How did he know his name? So, I guess it makes sense that he's run into him, or at least had some sort of dealings with him before episode 5 to get that knowledge of him that he talks to Emperor about.
Vader?
Vader, because Vader's talking to Emperor and doing, they're talking about, he knows his name is Skywalker.
Well, Vader, the Emperor reveals that to him, right?
I don't think it was new knowledge to Vader when in that scene.
Doesn't he say, doesn't Emperor say the rebel that destroyed the Death Star is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker? Remember, they changed the dialogue, obviously.
Yeah.
And he says, how is that possible? And he says, search your feelings.
True. Yeah. Let me see.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure Vader knew. I'm not sure Vader. I mean, obviously he doesn't figure it out in this issue either, because he still thinks he's just a rebel. that now has, as we see in or in his book, he reckoned. Well, in this book also. That's the thing about this. What's the cool thing about Star Wars comic and the Vader comic is they're happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is very, very short after the destruction of the first Death Star. You've got the Star Wars comics following mainly Luke and Han and Leia and Chewbacca and 3PO and R2, obviously. But then you have Vader. You basically have his side of what's happening, which is basically, as this book points out, which is really cool. It's Vader kind of. It's Vader kind of. How do you say it? Putting up with being a failure in front of the Emperor for losing the Death Star.
And we've seen this a little bit before with the old Star Wars series. We got a glimpse of that. I guess we're getting a new story of that same time period.
The Dark Horse one? Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not canon.
Yeah.
That was I think that took place 6 months after episode 4.
Yeah.
I mean, this I think is directly a week later almost.
Yeah.
But that book was so good. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's not canon. I wish it was, but unfortunately, it's not. So, so anyway, Star Wars #2.
It read pretty quick. It was just most of it was Luke and Vader. Then you had Han and Leia trying to escape in that walker, which was pretty awesome. And then Chewie and C-3PO was trying to fend off those scavengers.
3PO losing the Falcon.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that came out of this issue was Vader. It's funny because he's Luke's trying to swing at him with his lightsaber, and he's just blocking everything, and he eventually just Force takes it out of his hand.
He's just playing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't waste the seconds to kill you or whatever. And then then Luke blasts past those stormtroopers. On second thought, I probably shouldn't have dismissed that kid.
Yes.
Too soon. He seems pretty interesting.
But by doing that, also he gets a look at the lightsaber, and recognizes it. So,
how'd you get this weapon?
Yeah, this is mine.
This is not mine. I don't know whose it. I just know it. Belonged to a guy I knew.
I used to have a blue lightsaber too. Just like
that.
that one. So anyway, what?
I'm not saying you stole it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying I had one like it.
So, I mean, how do you feel about the Star Wars comics right now? First two, the first 2 issues.
I'm loving it, and thinking back, Vader and this is running together in a way, and I guess maybe that's what they're kind of planning, Vader 1 and Star Wars 2, because we're going at the same time. I bet Star Wars 2 is really good because that's have a lot of good action, and I think they're writing Han and Leia very well.
Yes,
I think better than even the Dark Horse did in a way. But
yes, I agree.
I mean, there might have been, I don't know, there were a lot of references to kind of little winks to the movies, they reset certain lines, 3PO saying "Sir, if you have no use for me, I'll be shutting off now." Mm-hmm. A lot of things like that, which is all fun, but when you do it a bunch of times, it kind of gets, okay, I get it. You're trying to be clever in referencing the movie, but
I agree.
But it was still good. I loved it. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, and like you said, then as we move on to kind of the Vader issue, it's definitely interesting to get. I mean, it looks like you're getting both perspectives. Yeah. In kind of the same, the same situation, different points of view. Yeah. Because it's really
from a certain point of view.
It really, you'll see how it comes to matter. A certain point of view. Again, really cool. At the beginning of the Vader book, you get a crawl. Yeah. Kind of describing, like he says, he's putting up the fact that he's a failure, and a lot of Emperor dialogue in this with Vader, which is cool.
Yeah. And it's the first, I think, flashback in Star Wars. It was technically
That's
a flashback.
true. That's true.
Interesting.
Well, they kind of just did it out of order, right?
Yeah. Just one day earlier.
Yeah. That's true.
They pulled a Grant Morrison.
So I was really surprised in the book in the beginning about where he went. You know, he was going to see Jabba.
And I've always wondered too, like, what has the Empire ever reached out to the Hutts? You know,
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
Because you remember, you know, in episode 4, I guess by that time, maybe they had
I mean,
the Outer Rim. They didn't
troopers were
really
there.
have, there was troopers there, but most of them showed up because of the plans.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much they even occupied the Outer Rim at that point still, but they were everywhere, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
But Vader, hanging out with Jabba and the bounty hunters, and he's obviously got a job for them, and really cool to see probably my second favorite character, Boba.
Yeah.
So-
Some weird Wookiee.
He's a bounty hunter, I guess,
Yeah.
right? Bounty hunter Wookiee?
Boba Fett hangs out with the weirdest people.
I know. I was hoping, you know, when they showed the shot of Vader kind of talking to somebody, he was like, you know, I need you to do this, do that. When he says, there's a shot where over his shoulder it says, are you bounty hunters up to the challenge? I was thinking when I turned the page, like, to see that whole group again in the Empire. You know, like Forlom, Zuckuss, Dengar, Bosk, and Boba.
Yeah.
In IG-88. So I was hoping to see that, but then, like you said, instead we get Boba and some Wookiee.
I can't. You know,
His name is
that,
I don't
was
even
it
know.
Black
How do
something? Was that his name? Or
Black.
Turn, like, I don't have it in front of me, but
Can,
it was, it was some.
Canstan or something like that. Canthan. Cranston. I mean, because it's like KRRR.
Kirstentan or Kirstentan.
Man.
Black Kirstentan.
Yeah.
Just name him something simple. Kersey.
True.
Whatever. Yeah. It's all good.
But it's Boba,
Yeah.
which is incredible. You got Boba. And then the very end was a little troubling.
What was that again?
Vader still holds a grudge against the Sand People.
Yeah. This is, why? Why do you gotta go after them again, dude?
I mean,
You've already wiped them out before.
yeah.
Kind of finished business.
Yeah.
It was almost funny. It was a little humorous in a way. Because that shot is just like
a
standing
little
there.
bit.
Every
Yeah.
time I come here, I have to do this. Every time. But like, they referenced the prequels a lot in that comic.
Yeah.
I mean, not just with, you know, the whole lightsaber thing, but it was really interesting. And how the connect, and like visiting Emperor, he's on Coruscant.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That's his old office. It looks
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
exact office.
Probably. Really cool.
Yes. So, and again, like I think we mentioned this with Star Wars #1, some great variants out there for this. Another Star Wars action. Well, I think it was the coolest ones is like the action figure covers. Have you seen those?
I saw the one for
Luke?
For Star Wars 1, I think.
Yeah, they have Luke for Star Wars 1. They have Vader for his, and then on Star Wars 2, it's Han
Okay.
as the action figure.
Yeah,
It's pretty
that's cool.
neat. Yeah, it looks 3D-ish. But very, very cool. So we will obviously keep updating you on those and keep reading those. Great books. Next month, getting the third one. That's when Princess Leia, #1, will be out, and I'm assuming that'll take place around the same time as well, if not the exact same time. So we will check that out and get. So we'll have next month we'll have 3 books that we're kind of reviewing.
Keep us busy.
Keep us busy, man. And the fact that it's all canon is just awesome, because you can see it's great at the very end of the book. You know, it's got the writer, the artist, colorist, blah 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 blah, and then it's got for Lucasfilm senior editor Jennifer Heddle, Lucasfilm Story Group, Rain Roberts, Pablo Hidalgo, and Leland Chee.
Very good.
Awesome. that these guys are involved in this and shaping the story and making sure it works out.
What is their day like? You wake up and think about these stories.
They wear Star Wars clothes to work.
Yeah.
And they do nothing but hang out at Lucasfilm. And,
Come on, man.
Man. Yeah. So anyway, again, like we said, straight up awesome situation right now where we're at with Star Wars. Great content out there with the TV shows, with the comics.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. I mean, just add a little bit more update with the Battlefront game. I mean, yeah, there seems like they're still kind of waiting for or holding to a Christmas release date for Star Wars Battlefront, or around the time when Episode 7 will come out. But it's been kind of released some of the maps that will be on the game. Some new, some old ones that they've used before, and some new ones. They have Hoth will be on it, which has been on the games before. Endor, which has always been on it before. Yavin 4 and Tatooine have been on it, but they have Alderaan and Coruscant as playable maps. So that'll be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Coruscant would be interesting. I don't know how they'll do that. Maybe a lot of flying around, but Alderaan would be pretty cool because we've never really seen it that in detail before, except for I guess the Old Republic games, that MMO. But I'm excited for this game. I can't wait to get to playing Star Wars games again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Unfortunately, we're not, at least as of right now, we're not getting that 13-13 game, which would have been. Man, I can't believe we saw that footage.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
We watched him play the demo.
Yeah. And what was great is that like the cutscene stuff like just flowed right into the gameplay.
It was like an Uncharted kind of type thing. It was it was amazing.
So cool. Okay, so that is pretty much the news, pretty much our reviews. Go check out go get your local comic shop or get online and get these digitally. The comics are out there now. Watch those. Of course, Celebration, we'll mention again, is still in Anaheim, April 16th to 19th. Mentioned all the stars. You can look on right now who's showing up there. Man, I hope in a month, we find out our films in there and all that stuff. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. Yeah. Let's see. What else?
Oh gosh, put me on the spot.
No. Okay. So
I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah. Star Wars Rebels in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So no review from us next week. Wow. Hopefully there's some news next week because I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Oh no. Yeah.
We'll bring something up. I'm sure.
We'll start a rumor ourselves and be like, hear this rumor?
That is true. Yeah. That is
I'm
true.
in Star Wars.
Hopefully we get somebody on here to do a little interview and that'll work out. But anyway, check us out on InsideTheForce.com for all the latest podcasts and subscribe right there.
Trivia.
We've got trivia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, to finish this out. And it's an early question. 164.
If it's an EU question, we should skip it. That's not true.
That's not true. Phantom Menace era. What? Here we go. 164. What Jedi Council member was Opa Rancisis Master?
What? I've actually heard that name. That sounds very familiar. But
We did a profile, I think.
Yes.
What Jedi Council member was Opa Rancisis Master? A. Mace Windu. B. Yoda. C. Ki-Adi-Mundi. Or D. Yaddle. I think we did do a profile.
We did several of these guys, though. Right?
Well, we did them all.
All these guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Yaddle.
Even Yaddle.
That's right.
That was Yaddle was one of our last ones.
So we did a Jedi Master Month.
That's
Jedi
right.
Month, whatever we called it. All right.
That is a good question.
Oppo Rancisis.
That is a good question.
Oppo Rancisis. Okay, I'm. I got. Yeah, I'm gonna go With Yaddle.
Yaddle?
Yeah, I'll go D.
Going D.
C or D, but I'll go D.
I was leaning towards C.
All right.
I'm going to go C.
Oh, gosh. Nerve-wracking.
Here we go. D.
Oh.
Oh, Yaddle. Correct.
Wow.
Nice. That's probably makes sense because that's I think one of the last guys we did.
Yeah.
Dang, good one. Good one. I knew it was one of the two. But
Yeah, I was doing C or D. Very good.
very good. Hope you got that right.
Yeah. You got it right. Good job.
Good job.
Go watch Star Wars to celebrate.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Again, keep in mind, we've got a Star Wars film coming out, Star Wars Bounty. As soon as we get some more interviews and stuff, we're kind of talk about that a little bit more here in the coming weeks. Again, not sure about the release date yet, but I'm kind of holding out to see what happens with Star Wars Celebration.
Yep.
So we'll keep you posted on that. You can see the trailer. We'll go ahead and tweet it out again, but so you can see it in our feed. But you can go to 21productions.com, go to the YouTube channel there, and that'll have the teaser trailer right now for Star Wars Bounty. But we're gonna get some interviews with some of the cast members and get some behind the scenes stuff out here to you soon. So, all right, that'll do it for this episode. For Casey Cooley.
The Jedi are extinct. Their fire has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion.
Nice. See, that's it.
That's it. And I was debating on that or another one, but I honestly can't remember because when we profiled Tarkin, I can remember what quote it was that I used. But I'm pretty sure I didn't do that one. Good.
Probably didn't, yeah.
Old Tarkin.
All right.
Will Huff. Old Will Huff.
Will Huff. Grand Moff. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Hope everybody out there, if you're in the northern part of the country, hope you stay warm because it is cold.
Holy cow.
If you're in the southern part, well, I ain't got no freaking mercy for you. Congrats. Yeah. Thanks. All right. So he is Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I'm DCottingham21. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. We'll be back next week for an all-new episode. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave Cottingham. And may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.